Welcome everyone to some more Maplestory. And today, I'll be leveling this Mihile character from level 60 to 100. And we'll be doing the 3rd and 4th job advancements as well. And what else? Oh yeah, and I should probably mention that I have used the this thing on the character. The Mega Character Burninator that I got from this daily gift. So we're going to be leveling somewhat quickly today. And I have to explain that because you guys are probably going to be like, how on earth is this happening? Well, yeah, I just explained it. So yeah, I have reached level 60 pretty quickly. And we're going to be doing the 3rd job advancement. Oh, and before we continue, I spent like 12 minutes before recording, trying to make sure that, like, what is new in the quest, because, how do I put this? So basically, obviously, you know, the Ignition update updated quests, but there's some quests that haven't updated, or like, for example, the Cygnus Knights, like the regular Cygnus Knights don't have a unique, brand new Temple Time quest. It's still the old one. But Mihile does, apparently, from what I checked. So, yeah. So anyways, sound effects are on. I'm level 60, and this is the job advancement. Okay. So obviously, time has passed in the timeline. So, yeah. Okay. Stretch. Mihile, every time we're apart, I hear of how much stronger you've become. Your Majesty deserves all the strength I can offer. And you deserve my gratitude. I could ask for no better knight. I would like to introduce your new peers. Could you come to a rev? Sure. I look forward to having you here again.
Welcome back.
Mihile, Knight of Light, salutes you, Empress.
At ease. As you may recall, the Royal Court has made efforts to expand the Cygnus Knights, and our efforts begin to bear fruit. Allow me to introduce the newest members of the peerage. You are all stronger together than alone. More than that, I hope to see you all become close friends.
Oz, Magician of Fire, salutes you, Empress.
Hyrena, Bowman of Wind, salutes you, Empress.
Eckert, Thief of Darkness, salutes you, Empress.
Hawkeye, Pirate of Lightning, salutes you, Empress.
Welcome, one and all, Cygnus Knights. You shall ride together as brothers and sisters. And thus, my first command is for all of you to spend time and grow acquainted.
To that end, Your Majesty, might I suggest we to excuse ourselves? Carry on, knights. Talk amongst yourselves, please.
You must be Mihile, the Empress's knight. I've heard a lot about you. Good to meet you.
Likewise, Irina.
Why did this stop? Your reputation precedes you as well.
Are you having a private conversation, or can we all join in? Also, we're all the same age here. We don't have to be all stiff and regal all the time.
Same age? Anyone can see I'm the youngest.
What if I want to be stiff and regal?
Nah, let's not go walking on eggshells. Loose and common is fine with me.
Was it a pop filter? What? I'm sorry. Let's continue.
Eckert, right? What do you think?
I don't care.
I can drop the formality if you like.
Okay, that's one of you. Good. All right, let's
let's go around and introduce ourselves, nice and casual. I'll start. I'm Hawkeye. I'm a sailor. I go where the wind takes me.
I'm Mihile, the Knight of Light. Looking forward to working with you all.
I'm Oz, just a regular fire magician.
I'm Irina. I think we're all going to make a great team.
Eckert, thief.
Alright, looks like we're all introduced. Shall we turn the floor over to Nineheart?
You felt his eyes on you too, huh? It's hard to talk amongst ourselves when you're staring at us, mate. You're just making it awkward.
Oh, I love that. The interactions. Gosh, it's so weird. I'm sort of used to Hawkeye's voice, but at the same time, it still throws me off guard. I love the direction taken just because it throws me off guard every single time. I think it's the same voice actor from Cernium, but I don't know. How am I supposed to know? They don't say anything lately. Anyways, I mean the announcements of the voice actors. As you may have inferred, this is more than a social function. We've received reports of anomalies in the Sleepywood region. The drakes and their subspecies have gone feral, and the cave creatures have expanded their territory all the way to the swamp. Threats to the town have grown geometrically. The town guards can barely hold them at bay. And if Sleepywood happens to fall to these creatures, other regions will be in harm's way. I would like the 5 of you to secure Sleepywood's outskirts and drive these creatures back. There are 5 types of drakes, and 5 of you. Splitting up the work should be simple enough. Good luck. Okay, I'm not gonna do the accent because I am really bad at accents, so we're just gonna read the dialogue mostly normal. This, might actually be serious. They hardly ever leave their caves. What do they want with the town? Either they're hungry or they have some kind of problem with their territory. Or someone lured them here on purpose. Alright, we're on. Wait, Eckhart! And off he goes. Everyone's safe. Huh. Oz, behind you. Huh? Ah! Thank you, Irina. We're done up there. I don't see any more. We need to move into the swamp. Nineheart said there were 5 drake subspecies. We can each focus on one of them. What about Eckhart? He just took off. He probably went all the way inside the cave, trying to hunt the dark drakes. Makes I got this line. Makes sense for an edgelord, I guess. Don't let the name fool you, by the way. They use electricity, which makes them less than ideal for me to fight. Oz, protect the townspeople from the copper drakes. Call us if anything happens. Hawkeye, take care of the ice drakes. Irina, the red drakes. Ice, fun. Alright, let me just warm up. The red drakes. I'm ready. You be careful. I'll make sure the town's still here when you get back. Oh, above our head. Time to go after the frenzied drakes. Okay. Defeat them all. Oh yeah, and one thing I do remember. For some reason, the Cygnus Knights plus Mihile use more magic points than every other character I have played in this game. Well, mostly Mihile, because I noticed that I'm like, how am I losing so much MP so quickly? Oh. Whew. That should more or less take care of it. Time to rendezvous in Sleepywood. Huh? What's that? That scale looks suspicious. It might be a clue. I should take it with me. Okay. Back to Sleepywood.
You're back!
Oz, are you okay? Did you get hurt?
Not a scratch.
We're fine too, thanks for asking.
Oh, Hawkeye, Irina.
I've cleared out most of the cave. The rest of them retreated back into the depths. I still want to know why they bothered coming out in the first place. I wouldn't think most of them would even find the exit on their own.
I did find one possible clue, but... well, let's get back to a Rev for now. We can look into it later.
Yeah, whatever it is, Nine-Odd will figure it out.
Anyway, where's Eckert?
I'm here. I've been here.
Eckert, why'd you take off on your own?
To accomplish the mission. Let's go back home if we're done.
And he's off.
Well, he's not wrong. Let's get out of here.
Welcome back, everyone. The day is ours, sir. We drove the wild drakes back to their habitat with no lives lost. And we got there early enough that there wasn't much property damage. We should mention, the drakes' behavior was unusual. Even the dark drakes were trying to leave the cave. Either something was luring them out, or prodding them from behind. I see. This might be related to the frenzied golem incident. Nightheart, what about this? A drake scale. What of it? It's from one of the frenzied drakes. It looks like there's something on it. Poison powder, maybe. Yes, that deserves investigation. Well done, everyone. The Empress is calling. Should I go now? Oh, yeah. Thank you for rising to the occasion, Mihile. You and your peers have many more missions ahead. Ever stronger, together as one. Can I count on you? Yes. Yes, Empress. I will meet your every expectation. This medal represents my own personal confidence in your knighthood. Wear it with pride. Meanwhile... Commander, we have the results back from the golems and Hennesses and the drakes in Sleepywood. In short, the hallucinogen works perfectly on both marine and terrestrial life. That's quite a relief. The hallucinogen, it was hard enough to come by back in the military. I never thought I'd need this much of it. Your orders, sir? Continue as planned. Our enemies are about to grow in strength and number. Our mission is to nip them in the bud. Understood, sir. Okay, so it's like, okay. What else was I trying to explain? Oh yeah, like it's the guy that we see in the, what's it called? The Restraint? Okay. Like, it's weird, not really weird, but strange to remember because I've only done it completely like once or twice. And then every other time I skipped, but I knew like that character appears because of the Black Heaven storyline, so. Okay, so yeah, now we can just slowly get to the next level. Oh gosh, be careful, mouse. Okay, what's this? Oh, that's like a buff. Okay, put that here, maybe? I can't tell. Gosh, I actually do like Mihile's voice. Oh yeah, okay, it's kind of weird to bring it up, like, out of order, because it's a, like, regular Cygnus Knights level 125 quest. But, the cutscene in there, the animated cutscene, was not updated. It's still the 2013 one. And oh my gosh. There's such a dissonance in the voice acting because, you know, and animation, obviously, because it's 10 years ago. Almost 10 years ago. But still. I think it's strange. Mihile sounds similar, like, to the voice he had in that video. But it's kind of hard to say because, you know, 10-year difference. It could be someone else, so. Okay, we could have the mount. Let's do the mount thing real quick. I like how this... Oh yeah, that is another thing. So, it's not at all brought up, like, about, like, you know, the Chief Knights meeting for the first time and all that. Like, in the original storyline of Mihile. Which is pretty sad, because it's like... Oh... Because, like, they made him a playable character, and they don't even have, like, lore about that. Yeah, it's interesting to think about. Oh, come on. I can't jump. Mihile, unfortunately, does not have a vertical jump. So I have to make do with the skills. Okay, this is just same quest. I pressed accept button. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna grind a lot of enemies. Actually, okay, we'll at least do this much. So we could get some EXP. Actually, no, I don't want to do this quest. I can forfeit it. Okay, we're forced to do this quest for like a few minutes. It's fine. But yeah, and of course, I wish we could skip this one. I've done this so many times. I'm not exaggerating. I've done it so many times. Anyways, I guess I could just talk about a bunch of random stuff. Hopefully I don't repeat what I talked about in my regular Cygnus Knights video. And, yeah. So we're gonna be doing this for until I get to level 100. Hopefully this time I can, because, I actually have this like mega burninator thing on Mihile, so he will be getting levels much faster than my other character. Okay, let's just do something else. This is not work. let's just go somewhere else. Okay, maybe we should just leave like no, I think it'll be fine. It's not too loud. Wait, can I do the... what's it called? Wait, can I actually do it? Okay, I can't actually tell. I don't think I can. Anyway, so what to talk about? Okay, I was kind of wanting to talk about the cutscene. Like, it's not bad. Like, at the time it was released, but like now it's like, it's so outdated. I wish they updated it though. But now we just have an outdated cutscene, like, in the middle of a bunch of new content. So it's like, actually it's kind of weird to say. Because the Cygnus Knights one is actually, it's pretty much, like, for regular Cygnus Knights, it's more or less the same story. Just, like, slightly different. Because, you know, Ignition update. They wanted to change, like, the, change things up a little bit. Well, not just a little bit, because Mihile's entire thing has been updated, so... Oh yeah, I do like that. Yeah, I do, like... Okay. Okay, I don't know what to talk about. Oh, wait. I'm going all over the place because I didn't really think too much of what I was going to talk about today, so... You know, I will say this one thing. So, oh my gosh, it's been such a long time. Definitely over 10 years now. But when I was, you know, younger, obviously I played Maplestory, like, but like when I started looking at fan art, that people made for Maplestory, of course it wasn't much because, you know, Maplestory, it's not like hugely popular. It's popular enough to still be around to this day, but you know what I mean. Like, around, like, 3 years after I started playing. Or was it 2? I think 2 years after I started playing Maplestory. Like, I started getting into, like, looking at fan art and all that. And there was a lot of, like, things that I've seen. Thankfully, age-appropriate, because, oh boy. I would feel so bad for my younger self if I did see something bad. No, I never did. Fortunately. Anyway, so basically I saw like fan art and stuff, and I think like around the time it was pretty much like attached to the Cygnus Knights, the Chief Knight characters. Oh yeah, this was before Mihile ended up being playable, a playable character class in the game. Oh yeah, anyways, oh my gosh, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, so like years ago, I was like young, and I was like, you know, looking at fan art, and I was specifically looking at a lot of like Cygnus Knight fan art because, I specifically had like an attachment to the Cygnus Knights. It might have to do with the fact that like when I started playing Maplestory, it was like literally before the Cygnus Knights were released in global, Maplestory. Anyways, I like saw fan art and stuff, and there was like some fan art that was like, you know, shipping. And I remember one that someone made where, like, they did 3 pictures. It's like Valentine's Day. I don't remember any of this. It's been so long. Like the specifics of like, wait, no, I still remember bits and pieces. I think I just don't remember the artist. Yeah, I don't remember the artist, but I know that they drew like 3 pictures for like, what's it called? Like Valentine's Day. Yes, I literally just said that, I think. And, so it's like a, yeah, Valentine's Day picture. I know it was 3 of them because I think, like, if I remember correctly, it's been so long, I don't know too much anymore. If I'm right, like, one picture was, like, with Mihile and Oz, another was, like, Irina and Hawkeye, and the third was Eckhart with, like, some, like, Valentine's card in his hand or something. I think those were the pictures. And... oh my god, this is so silly, but let me tell you guys this. But like, oh my gosh, I don't want to remember it too much because it's like, it's kind of cringe, a little bit. Well, yeah, to be fair, I was a kid. It makes sense that it wouldn't, like, it'd be an embarrassing memory or like something I don't want to think about too much. But, around the time, I felt like there was this artist I saw, and they were, I think, they weren't much older than me at the time. I mean, they would still be, like they were about like my age. I think just a tiny bit older at the time, and like obviously because you know we were young, like they accepted art request because I think. Okay, I don't know how, like, bank accounts work completely, but I don't think you could just create a bank account when you're that young. But anyways, like, they took art requests, and it's, like, before they, like, did commissions, and they were just having fun before they thought of, like, doing commissions, because definitely always consider commissions, like, when you're, like, really good at art. But anyways, this was years ago. Like, all of us were very young. It kind of makes sense that we don't think about these things until, like, we're a bit older, so... yeah. Because definitely I know for a fact that, like, I did, like, see a lot of other artists that definitely, did commissions, like, at the time. But they were, like, definitely much older than us, so it kind of makes sense. But anyways, like this one person, gosh. Basically, I think you could still find a picture that they drew, but, I'll say this. So, at the time, they did art request, and I actually requested them to draw, Mihile and Oz all those years ago. Oh my god. I know it's kind of an embarrassing memory. Because I was, like, so young. Well, I'm old. Okay, I wasn't, like, young. I was a teenager, but, like, very early in my teens. So it's, like, it's a bit of an embarrassing memory because, like, now as an adult, I'm, like, I'd rather just pay people to draw now. Like, because artists have been getting a lot of dislike because of, you know, things going on lately. But this was back then, before, you know, things started to solidify, things started to become more mainstream and all that. So anyways, I requested them to draw Mihile and Oz as a couple. And because I did, in a way, ship them back then. But anyways, like, so yeah, back then, I requested someone to draw Mihile and Oz as a couple. And, it took like 11 months for them to actually finish the picture. And that was like, and honestly at the time, I forgot about it. I forgot I even requested them to draw that. And honestly, by the time, when I forgot, I was like completely fine if they didn't draw the picture at all. Because, you know, like, art request stuff, you know, like, if you're very young, it's fine, but, like, as you get older, you're like, you should probably really charge people, like, commission stuff. And, my gosh. So, I was so surprised when they actually drew it. I didn't think they would. But anyways, so you guys could, I don't think you guys could find it again. I actually don't know if that person still had it on their account. or if their accounts still exist because, you know, the stupid AI thing going on. Okay, I will say it's fine, but if you're using AI to steal and profit, it's wrong. That's what I'll... Like, using AI to steal and profit is just wrong. That's what I'll say. Anyways, oh my gosh. But yeah, that's something... Anyways, but that's something that happened, like, so many years ago. It was like 2011. They finished and the picture in 2012. 2012. Gosh, the fact that I, like, did request someone to draw them years ago. And I think... And I was a bit of a shipper as well, like, with... Just... with the characters. Because I think I've drawn, like, 2 or 3 pieces of fan art related to them at some point when I was young. And it was before I got an art tablet, so I drew everything on the computer with a mouse. Which was very difficult, obviously. Oh yeah, my very first art tablet was like 2013, so this is way before I even got one. Yeah, and then at some point I forgot about, like, requesting that picture, like, for someone to draw them together and stuff like that. I forgot. Well, it makes sense because, like, you know, interest changes. Like, what you, like, prefer and, like, think about changes over time. So, obviously, I forgot, like, that even happened. So, yeah. What was it, like, what was I interested in back in 2012? I think I was, like, still playing Maplestory, but I wasn't... I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it was... Oh, I think it was, like, still Maplestory, but it was, like, the other characters that were released. When was Phantom released? I actually don't remember. But anyways, like, I think it was, like, the Maple Heroes, the Legends, Maple Hero Legends. Not the Legends update. I call them the Hero Legends because, it's easier. At least to me. The fact that I remembered that... Well, of course I would remember. It's related to Cygnus Knights, and it's something that I cannot get over with after so many years. But yeah, it is. The picture still exists. It's a nice picture that the person drew. I don't know if you guys can still find it. Like, it's on it was on DeviantArt because I did follow the person's DeviantArt account when I still had one. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I did recreate my DeviantArt, but then I deleted it again because of DeviantArt mentioned, like, AI stuff, and I was like, no. So yeah, I don't have one anymore again. Anyways, but at the time, my very first account, which I deactivated in 2017 for different reasons. At the time, yeah, so I followed the person on both YouTube and DeviantArt. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I actually found the person from, like, an art contest that someone I used to be subscribed to on YouTube, like, did. And, it wasn't, like, anything, like, you know, like, it wasn't anything, like, what's the word? It wasn't anything fancy. It was just, like, you know, fans being like, oh, like, I'm gonna do this little contest and I'll give a little prize. And the prize is usually, like, something, like... It wasn't money. It was just, like... It was just a bunch of, like, people, like, who are teenagers just, like, doing something fun. And that's how I found the artist. Because I saw their art and it was, like, really pretty and all that. And they were, and again, as I said, they were doing art requests at the time. And again, we were young. We were all, like, in our teens, so... Early teens? Somewhat early, close to mid-teens? I don't know. And, yeah, and that's how I found that person. And yeah, and that's where everything goes from there. And also, reminder, I'm a shy person. So at the time, when I did request, it took a bit for me to say it to the person. But the fact that I grew out of my shyness for even a moment just to, you know, make an art request. Like, if I hadn't, the picture obviously wouldn't exist. Anyways, as I was saying. Oh, I'm just like thinking about it. It's been a long time. God, I still remember, like, when I saw the picture, like, completely unexpected because I thought they forgot about it or, like, decided to not, you know, draw it anymore. Oh, yeah, I will say, like, before, like, I think, like, about 4 or 5 months before I even got that picture, I was on, I was, like, oh, yeah, there was this, like, Maplestory forum website or something. I don't know if, it's, like, semi-official, but that's debatable. Basically, people also post art on there. It's not Reddit, but it's similar to it, just different. And, yeah, and I remember, like, being on there, and I saw the, you know, the artist on there, because the artist was also posting stuff on there. It was interesting, because, I remember I commented, like, on one of their pictures, like, it was really nice. That, they were obviously working on other, requests that they got besides me. And I said, and like, definitely the reason why mine took a while is because, you know, like, you have characters who wear armor. It's obviously not easy to draw. That's why I was like, why did I even think of this? To be fair, a part of me was thinking, like, they would probably, like, reject it. But they didn't. So that was what surprised me back then as, like, you know, a young person. Because, like, that was also why I was, like, fine, like, if they didn't draw the picture at all. Because, like, it would have been so complicated. My gosh. Anyways, anyways, what else? Oh yeah, and on the forum side, like I said, yeah, and like one of their posts, I was like, nice art, and I think like I did like try to edit my. Oh yeah, you can edit your reply on that website. So I was like editing my reply to say like it's me. But I was like, nah, but then for some reason, I didn't even know, but apparently it saved my response there, and I'm like, I didn't press save, I swear I didn't. So I was surprised when they replied to me. Well, obviously. And yeah, and around this, and a little bit after that, like, they asked, like, if I wanted the, I think what they asked was, like, do you want me to draw the armor or no? And that question confused me, honestly, because, God, I still can't believe they drew it. I really didn't expect them to actually draw the picture. But anyways, but yeah, like, so, I didn't understand the question back then. And I'm assuming it was, like, they would draw the characters in different clothes or something, or, like, just, like, or, like, an interpretation of, like, what you wear underneath armor, which is, like, regular shirt or something. I didn't understand at all, so I just said, I think I just said, yes, draw the armor, or something. Because I didn't know what they were implying. Because I was so confused. Yeah. It's interesting to think about, like, now, like, about, like, that question, because I actually didn't know what they meant. I was just so confused. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where to grind enemies. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Like, I was just confused, like, from that question. I think, like, as, you know, as I am older now, I think they were trying to ask me, as I've pretty much, like, said it a bunch of times, I think they were just saying, like, do you, like, draw them in slightly different clothes? I think? But, of course, I didn't quite know, like, what that meant. Because, like, I didn't know, like, how different it would be. So I just said yes. Like, draw the armor. And they were okay with that. I'm just so surprised, like, that they had the commitment to, go through with drawing the whole thing. Again, like, the reason is, like, simply because, like, they brought up that it was, like, difficult to draw. Okay, if I remember correctly, they specifically said it was difficult to draw Mihile. So that was, again, like, oh my gosh. I'm just, like, thinking about a lot of this back then, and from back then, and I'm like, I definitely didn't expect them to draw, like... Oh, we're at level 75. We'll do that in a bit. There's a quest, obviously. But we'll do that in a bit. Let's go keep, doing this. But anyways, like... I know I keep saying it, but still, like... Honestly, like, I never... Like... Because, you know, when there's, like... You know, people do art requests. Like, you don't really think that it would... You know, like, completely go through with it. Like, only because, like, you're not, like, really getting a profit from request. So it kind of makes, like, art requests. So it makes sense to think like that. And again, we were young, so, like, money wasn't really in our brains, like, when, you know, doing art back then, at least around 2011, 2012. Especially for me, because I was, like, still improving my style at the time. Wait, do we even have an alliance quest at this? Yeah, we technically do. Okay. I just had to check. Anyways. Oh my god. At this point, I'm probably repeating myself about this story, but still. God, it's insane. It's been over 10 years since then. Wow. Oh yeah, and also another thing, I remember I printed out the picture and put it on my, like, okay, so like schools, like back then, like obviously in school, you have like these like folders, but they're called binders. And in this case, binder is like a folder-like object that you put papers in. And I put the picture on the front of it before, like this was before, like, school started for me again. And I decided to put the picture on the front of the folder. I'll call it a folder because, why not? And, I remember, like, back, like, I wanted so many people to see the picture. I wanted so many people to see how talented this, like, how well drawn this picture was. And, yeah, so yeah. And, oh my god, yes. So many people loved it. Yeah, so many people liked the picture. I remember, like, someone I used to talk to back in, school. Like, we took the bus together. The school bus. And, I remember when that person, like, saw the picture on my folder. And, like, they complimented the picture. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think one of their favorite parts of the picture was the eyes. And I do have to agree, like, the artist had, like, drew eyes really, really well. Like, they drew eyes really, Like, the way they draw eyes is really beautiful. And I think that's like my favorite thing when it comes to like, you know, characters being drawn. And like, just like an art style thing. Like it, well, is it art, would I say it's an art style thing? Well, I guess so, because usually I could tell an art style based on the eyes of the characters. But that's just me. But yeah, the artist has like a really beautiful way with drawing eyes. And also, like, I think in general, that's just like my favorite with like, art, like when drawing characters. I'm just like, it's kind of like, yeah, it's like kind of a style signature, I guess, in a way. I wouldn't say completely, but it's kind of like how, like, in my, like, when I draw characters, even if my style slightly changes from not drawing for a long time, I always, like, keep it consistent, like, the eyes, like, consistent. Anyways, we're about to finish with this quest. Okay, I think there, whoops. I think there is, a new quest. Yeah, okay. So we have an alliance quest. How does this work in the timeline? I'm not quite sure. The stories of your strength have grown as you have every day. How can I serve you, Empress? I'd like to talk with you. Do you have the time? Yes. I will wait here for you. As you are aware, the Cygnus Knights are now well equipped. Enough so that our next battle may be against the Dark Army. My knights and my people deserve an Empress at the height of her confidence. But I must confess, I have my doubts.
Do you remember what you said, Empress? Ever stronger, together as one. That's not just for knights, you know.
You suggest we join forces with others outside of Arev?
I do. We knights will give it our all, of course. But against an army? Well, the more the merrier, so to speak.
I have a responsibility to my people. Their well-being rests on my shoulders. But if I call on others to ease that burden, is that prudence or indolence?
I am no expert on the ethics of rulership, but I do know one thing for certain. Whatever decision you make, I will always follow you.
Thank you, Mihile. Your faith is the foundation beneath me.
Okay. Okay, I think I get it. Okay, so, like, I think this version of the quest is meant to still be in the past, and this one is just for, like, the sake of gameplay. Cause it's like, it's like Cygnus considering the idea, basically. And this is, yeah, ignore this. This totally didn't happen yet, in the timeline. Like, that was the short quest. Okay, so, it seems like that quest in particular, it's basically obviously meant to be, like, early in the timeline, like, when Cygnus is considering the thought of, you know, creating the Alliance, or an Alliance one day. And obviously the regular, quest that gives you the skill, that's non-canon, at least in this point of the timeline. Okay. Now then, let's, continue, I guess. I don't know where I'm going. Oh god, I have headache. Help. Anyways, I think that whole conversation about that picture that I requested so many years ago, I think, we're done with that conversation. I just realized I have nothing in my inventory. I need to sell these items. Anyways, I think the conversation previously is now over. Only because I think I reached the end of it. Anyways, now to continue the grind to level 100. And maybe a little bit more afterwards if I, you know, so desire to do that. Oh, that's a lot of that's a lot of noise. Anyways, oh my god, I keep saying anyways. It's like a habit of mine to say that all the time.
Take this. Take this.
What else to talk about though?
Take
Oh yeah, not really related to Maplestory. But I keep thinking about Genshin. Which obviously, if you guys obviously have been here watching my streams and all that, obviously it's another game I play on stream or pre-recorded videos, and I really can't wait for the next update. Like, as of the time this is like being recorded, the special program hasn't happened yet, so I don't obviously know what's gonna happen next. In the next update. All we know officially is that, like, based on drip marketing, we have, like, the next 2 playable characters that'll be released. And one of them, I really cannot wait. Yeah, so, obviously the character I'm excited for is Alhaitham. And I've been waiting for the official account of, like, the official Genshin account to, like, drip market him. Like, for so long. At least, like, ever since he first appeared in Update 3.0. Because I was like, the moment I saw him, I'm like, please be a playable character. Please. So it's now going to happen soon. And I'm excited. I don't care if the gameplay is going to be absolutely terrible. I will get the character, I will level him to 90, and throw the best artifacts on him, and make him do so much damage. Like, I don't care if the gameplay ends up being bad. I don't care. As someone who got Toma in the game and made him do damage a lot and not really utilize the shield at all. Yeah. I have dedication. I cannot wait. I think what I'm so excited for is that, like, obviously with a playable character, obviously you know, get to control the character on the field and do damage. But also you get their story, you get their stuff in the profile. You get their character stories, and you get their voiceovers about, like, a bunch of things. Like, you know, like their line for saying good morning, like their good morning line, good night, evening, whatever. When it rains. Like, I can't wait to hear all those lines so much. Okay, I'm starting to peak, I think, the mic. But I'm really excited. But anyways, yeah, so anyways, as I was saying about Genshin, I just really can't wait for Alhaitham. I want to hear all his lines. I want to hear all his lines. Like in the profile of voiceover things. I think it's easier to talk more about this after the special program happens, but I think like my next couple streams will be before it happens. Especially the Wind Trace one, because the event ends on the Friday, or like before the Friday. This January 6th, I mean. We don't know when the special program will be, but like it might happen after the Wind Trace event ends, so I won't have a stream to talk about it. A Genshin stream to talk about it. So all I can do is say my speculations and thoughts. But anyways, like, one thing I'm like... Okay, so, like, I have the idea that, like, once I get all hates up, I think, like, one of the first things I'll do is listen to his, like, profile voiceovers. But there's probably, like, gonna be, like, at least, like, one I don't want to hear, and it's, like, the receiving gifts one, because the receiving gifts one is, like, referring to, like, this event that happened in the game. In technically 2.6, where, like, you could give, like, characters food, and they say something, whether they like it, feel neutral, or dislike it. And, the dislike lines are very interesting, and I'm so scared to hear what he might say. Which is the equivalent of saying, yeah, this food tastes absolutely terrible. I'm so nervous. I just realized I could do a quest. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna do a quest now. Anyways, as I was saying, I really cannot wait. I also realized, I seriously repeat the word anyway, don't I? At this point, it's a habit. I think it can be helped. If I say it so many times, it's unavoidable. I really can't wait for, like, the next update in Genshin. I'm, like... At this point, I just want the I really want the character. I really wanted the character. And also, whatever else will happen in update 3.4, whatever that will be. Oh yeah, I just reminded myself. So I actually, most of my day yesterday has been cleaning out my room because there's so much dust in my room. I don't know why, but there's just so much of it. And I spent a good portion of my day yesterday cleaning. And obviously after I was done cleaning, it was very satisfying of a job because I'm not sneezing every few minutes because of dust. But it left my body aching because I had to walk around my entire room so much that, like, it really, like affected my legs. And I woke up today feeling extremely sore. So that's fun. So yeah, I'm feeling the effects of doing all that, and it's not fun. Like, sure, it's exciting to finally have my room clean for once again. Obviously I do this every few months because it's way too much work to do it every, like, month. But still, it's so exhausting. I think all I'm thinking about constantly now is that I really want the next update in Genshin already. I have to wait, be patient. Okay, as of the time I'm streaming this, it's only the 3rd week of update 3.3 in Genshin. And it's back to the 6-week schedule. So there's still 3 more weeks until the next update. And it's pretty much implied at this point because today the new banners are, like, the banners are switching out. So, yeah. And the end date for the second half of the update banners is the 17th. So, that gives an idea of when the next update will be. Anyways, continuing on. What else to talk about? I'm trying to think of something else to talk about. Oh yeah, how could I forget this? So obviously Christmas happened, or the holidays happened. And yeah, I had a wonderful time, a wonderful break. And another thing, I got myself, well, not myself, like, one of the presents I got was 13 Sentinels, a game, by the way. And I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm gonna make it the next Let's Play I'll do on my channel. Like, stream live and then upload on YouTube. I think that's gonna be the next Let's Play. Of course, it will take a while because I unplugged my capture card, so I have to re-plug in everything again. Like, I had to, like, get the cords set up again. So yeah, the next Let's Play will be 13 Sentinels. Not sure when it'll happen. I think it might happen when there's not much going on, like with the other games I play. I think that's the plan. And I really can't wait to play it because it's a game I've been looking forward to ever since it was released. But I couldn't play it when it was released because when it was first released, it was only on PlayStation 4. Which really sucked because I'm like, why did they make it an exclusive? And fortunately, they at least like released it on the Switch as well. But I couldn't get it at the time because I was very busy and I was very busy and I didn't have time to you know, like invest in getting a game at the time or something. So yeah, in passing, I mentioned like, hey, I kind of want 13 Sentinels for Christmas, like to my family. I was literally asked, hey, what do you want for Christmas? I literally was asked that question and I answered 13 Sentinels. And I really can't wait to play it. I've been avoiding spoilers ever since the game came out. So, also another thing I do remember in 13 Sentinels is that obviously it has a phenomenal voice cast. And also, 13 Sentinels' entire, like, dub was done at home. Like, remote, recording. Because obviously it was released when, you know, like, no one could be, like, working in person and all that. I obviously don't know much about the game, but I do know it does, you play through different perspectives, and, you play through different perspectives, and, like, to get the full story, I think. I don't know much else other than that. I do know a few things, but I'm not really sure how to describe it because I actually don't know. Leveling in this game is very boring. I have to be honest. It's not the best thing to do in this game. Like, although the thing is, it's like this part of the leveling is not supposed to be that difficult. Like, you're technically leveling pretty quickly up to 200, and that's where the real grind starts for the EXP. I'm just incredibly lazy because I'm like, I don't like this. At least we got these things, so we at least are getting more EXP. Remembered. One thing I could kind of bring up again is fan fictions, I suppose. Okay, maybe not like too much detail because of obvious reasons. But I kind of want to bring up that I've been reading more fan fictions lately. If that's not obvious enough as it is. And like, it's it's interesting because I was like on someone's like I was looking through someone's tweets like the other day. Make that 2-3 days ago or something. Was it? Yeah, I saw the. Okay, so like on the 23rd. Yeah. Okay, so like 3 days ago. I was just like looking through someone's tweets and basically I was like looking at like fan art and like the like all that stuff again. I was looking at fan art again and I was like looking through this person's tweets and they were talking about like fan fictions or something. And I saw that they like brought up 2 fan fictions. And interestingly enough, one of them was one I was already reading, and the other was something I haven't read yet. And I was like, you know, I kind of want to read it. But it was like 9, I don't know what time it was. I think it was like late at night, so I wasn't going to read fan fiction that late. So the next day, I actually found the fan fiction. I decided to look it up through normal search because the ship tag is pretty new, so... Because the characters have only been around for like 4 months. So, of course, it's like not that many fan fictions yet. Well, I mean, oh yeah, here's something interesting. There's over 700 fan fictions for the ship now. And we don't even have either character as a playable character yet. But anyways, I'm not gonna specify, but anyways, okay, I just realized you guys probably figure out it's probably, Genshin related, but I'm not gonna specify too much other than that. But anyways, I found the fanfiction pretty easily, because it's actually one of the newer fanfictions. Well, all of them are pretty new, but it was actually pretty new. Like, the last update was on December 22nd. And, it started, like, on the 17th, like, the first post. Anyways, I found it, and it was the one that the person was talking about. I actually wanted to search it normally instead of clicking the link, because that's how I realized, like, that one of the fanfictions they brought up was the one I read. Already was reading. And, so yeah, I started reading the other one. And, it's pretty good. If I had to be honest, actually it was pretty good. I will bring this up, and I'm not gonna specify it, but I do read a lot of the fan fictions I've been reading use this one trope. I'm not gonna say what it is, because, I think I brought up that I'm never going to say what it is, because I don't know how, like, people would, comment on it. So I'm never going to say it. But anyways, I found the fanfiction and I read it. The 2 chapters that exist right now. And how do I put this? Okay, seriously, how do I put this? I will say it's really good. It's a really well written one. Obviously, canon divergence. Pretty much all the ones I've read are canon divergence. Okay, technically some of the ones I've read sort of follow the actual story, but at the same time doesn't because of the trope. That I'm never specifying what. And, anyways, like, they're pretty good stories. The fanfictions I've been reading. And, anyways, the specific one I'm reading, it is, like, the 2, like, so as I brought up, briefly, the person shared 2 fanfics, one I was already reading, and this one I haven't started until recently. They're related to the same ship and the same dynamic of the ship. And dynamic's important because of... Okay, the trope isn't M-rated. It's only M... Like, It's a it's not something M-rated, by the way. I'll say that. That's as much as I can say. Anyway, so great. Now I forgot what I was trying to explain. I'm kidding. But my memory is so bad when trying to explain this stuff. Anyways, like, I will say they are M-rated stories I'm reading. But interesting enough, it's not like that, M-rated. And, oh, everybody got that. Wait, no I didn't. Oh, I have the full inventory again. No! Anyway, so... Oh yeah, I was trying to say my thoughts on the fanfiction, I think. Oh yeah, oh wait, no, before that, like, it is the same dynamic because it is important for, like, the trope. I'm not gonna specify what, but I'll just say it is important. Anyway, so, like, the story in particular. I will say this. Okay, so one of the tags in the story is character is an idiot. For a good reason. Because in the... Okay, so basically, considering who the characters are, it makes sense. Because it's like, they bicker at each other. Verbally. And, okay, I really don't want to specify too much about, like, the story because I don't want you guys to know what trope I'm referring to, what the trope is. It's not a bad one, by the way. It's not bad. I just don't want to specify it because some people might not be interested in it, and I don't want to, you know, yeah. Okay, so the story, I will say, it's like, it starts out with the character saying this thing, and the other character, okay, I'll say person A, person B. Oh wow. Actually, let me change that. Let's say person B and person C. Because I'm just realizing how that's going to get my brain all muddled up. Not like negatively, just like, I'm just like realizing that might give away too much of like the story. So person B tells person C that of this particular thing, like, and it's actually the truth. But person C thinks they're lying because of the many times that, you know, they just say something that messes with the brain a lot. But of course, in this particular situation, person B was not lying at all. And so when things started to be clear that they weren't lying, that person B wasn't lying, person C was like, okay, it's interesting because like the way it's written, person C actually still remembered what person B said. And there was a point in the story where it was like, I was like, is this character dumb? And then they remembered what person B said, and then I was like, okay, you're not that dumb. And then they proceed to say, oh gosh, I fell down. Anyways, and then person C proceeds to say, nah, couldn't be, just a coincidence. And I'm like, never mind, person C is still an idiot. That's what I said. I was like, never mind, the character is dumb. I will say that is like probably the best bit of writing in the story. Next to, like, the rest. Because, like, a notable part of the story. Because of the fact that the character is like, could it be? Nah, it couldn't be. It's like, are you serious? And then the next chapter got me emotional. In a good way. Also, I swear, like, obviously when people write these fanfictions, they would try to make the characters just as much in character as they can. Like, they don't want to write out of character. There we go, level 90. We're so close to the 100. Oh yeah, this is gonna end when I'm reach level 100 and do the job advancement. Okay, now to do quest here, which will probably speed up the pace a bit. Oh yeah, what do? I don't want to do the Ellen Forest quest because it is very story centered. And I just remembered, I still haven't done that yet. I did say I was going to record it, but the reason I didn't is because, the reason I didn't is because, you know, I stopped playing Maplestory for months. So I never got around to actually, like, recording the Ellen Forest storyline. And obviously I'm still levels away from, I'm still levels away from getting to, what's it called? Oh yeah, the Chaos Memory storyline. I mean, it's available for my character right now, but I'd rather just wait until I get to, level 255 for that. Because at the moment, so basically, from the Chaos Memory storyline, there's 2 quests that are, you have to be level, like, 255. And I'm only level 252 right now on my main. So, it'll take a while for me to get there, unfortunately. At this rate, I'm never gonna be level 260. I'm slowly getting my character leveled up, my main. Because at the moment, my main is at level 252. So, yeah, I'm still ways away from level 255. It may seem easy, like, oh, it's 3 levels, so you don't have to worry about a thing. Yeah, 3 levels where it takes me 5 billion years just to get to the next level. Not really, but, you know, I like to exaggerate the number. But it's like, it's not gonna happen for a while. But yeah, hopefully I do get around to doing the Ellen Forest storyline. I think at the moment I just don't feel like doing it right now. I did read the story and it is pretty good. I just don't feel like doing it at the moment. Oh yeah, also what's interesting about the Ellen Forest storyline is that if you're an explorer character, it makes sense to play it after you do your first job advancement. I find it weird that it's still level 95, but the story in it acts like you had to have completed your first job advancement for explorer character. And obviously I will be playing as my explorer character going through the storyline. Because the most unique dialogue for the storyline happens when you're an explorer class. And also thinking about that, it makes me wish that, like, I have a really high level Hoyoung. Because, like, the Odium storyline, which is unfortunately at level 275, it's not even in the game yet, but it's, yeah. Yeah, so that's something about the Odium storyline, or just like any storyline post the Tenebris. It's like, I wish we have, like, story versions. Like, because, like, you have, like, a lot of unique dialogue for Hoyoung, and some bits for Lara. Is that the character's name? I forgot. I'm not even in a guild. Unfortunate. I can't even check. Anyways, like, so, yeah. Like, there's unique dialogue, but you can't see it, like, unless you're actually of the, you know, the level. Like, that does make me wish there's a story mode version or something of, like, the storylines. Because of the simple fact fact that you know, I don't want to wait so long. Like level grind a character to that point. I think that's what sucks, is that like it kind of forces you to level a character you don't typically play to a very high level. And I don't like that, because like I have more fun like leveling like playing as my angelic buster, so you know, it kind of sucks. I wish like the devs, the Maplestory devs, consider it as an option. Like, please. I don't want to be like, I don't want to like wait for someone to get to level 275 as a Hoyoung just to record the storyline. It'll take so long. We'll be here for a decade. Okay, I don't think it takes that long, but for most people it does. Okay, I'm back to thinking about this fanfiction I talked about already. I'm just like not over like that it did get me feeling some kind of emotion while reading it. Again, like if I feel emotions while reading a story, that I know it's a good story. I don't think I ever read a bad story and had like emotions coming out of my eyes or something. I just realized that made no sense. That's called crying. But like, you know, I don't remember reading a bad story that made me feel emotional. So it's like, I know it's a good story if it makes me emotional. Or like a good part of a story. Because I'm realizing there's a game that I did. Okay, I didn't play the game. I actually watched a Let's Play. And like the rest of the story in the game was kind of but at least like a couple moments actually got me crying, so yeah, that's, I think if it's like text only and it's not like a game or something that I'm getting emotional about, like yeah, like let's say it's not a game. Because games kind of have just like, it's like kind of all over the place. Well, I think, well, most stories are like that. But yeah, for the most part, whenever I get emotional over a story, it's like, you know, it's like well written at that point. But anyways, like, I guess it makes sense. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously it wouldn't make sense that I get emotional over a story. But, like, it kind of makes sense why, like, when I ended up reading an incomplete fanfic, like, I was like, no! I mean, it's kind of mixed between me getting emotional over a story and the fact that this is a story that, like, it had, like, the latest chapter had a nasty cliffhanger. So it's like, well, like, I just remembered, it reminds me of, like, obviously, this is not it wasn't the only fanfiction where, like, I reacted that way, like, from the cliffhanger and all that. Because there was, I have read a lot of fanfictions in the past. Like, around, like, between 2012 and 2015. And, like, I read a lot of fanfictions back then, obviously. And I think, like, at some point, like, when I was, like reading a lot of them in my, like very early on, like, I ended up reading a lot of sad stories. Oh, and also to mention, obviously because I was younger back then, I only read T-rated stuff. So, well, obviously, I'm not gonna read anything M-rated at a young age, because my brain would immediately be like, oh no, don't read this. Anyways, so yeah. I read a lot of, like, stories. Although, what's a bit unfortunate is that the ones I kept reading ended up all being depressing in some way, and I'm like, why do I keep reading these? It wasn't like by choice. Like it's like I find a story, I think it's really good, and then I read it, and then it turns out to be really sad. Oh, I see why. Okay, I see why this is deactivating. Okay, I guess I was like wondering, it's like, why does this keep deactivating? It's taking all my MP. I think it is. Yeah, it literally is. Okay, take that off. Yeah, I ended up reading a lot of sad fan fictions back then. I think it was like because like, okay, some of them were related to like RPG Maker games I've watched. Experience like, oh yeah, and a lot of those games actually got proper remakes. So they're actually like, you could actually support them by actually buying the games. At the time, it wasn't like that because, you know, small little game, person made, they can't really, like, they didn't really consider selling it, like having it be purchased, you know, by fans to play and they get support that way. But at the time, it was like that. And I remember reading fan fictions related to those games. Like, they're horror games, by the way. It was around the time I got into horror. As I was saying. So yeah, I got into horror. So the fan fictions I read were related to like a horror game? Like the horror games, the RPG Maker horror games I watch a lot. Oh my gosh, I remember like some of the ones I read, like because like the ending of the game was very sad. And it doesn't help that like obviously when its prequel like was released, it really solidified that there was never a happy outcome in the situation. Unfortunately, we had the power of fan fictions to make us feel better. But unfortunately, at least like 3 of them I read ended up being depressing in the end. And I'm like, why? I remember reading one of them where like it was pretty happy and then it got sad. Like, why? Yeah, it was like really happy and then it got sad. Yeah, that's what happened when I read that story. But it was really good too. It was a really good story. I liked it. And then it got sad and then, oh my god, I remember all this stuff, stuff like this. Well, not the stories. I don't remember much about the stories. But I remember it's like sort of my reason why I slowly stopped reading fan fictions. At least like only during nighttime. Because I kept reading these at night. And because of the sad stories, I end up staying awake all night. And that wasn't healthy for like someone who was like, you know, someone who was like a very young teenager. I wouldn't say very young, but I was pretty young. Like a young teenager. Oh wait, first let's go do this one quest. So... Really? Yeah, so I had many sleepless nights because I was so heartbroken from the fan fictions. Again, taught me a lesson that I should probably not read sad stories, like especially at night. I mean, it's fine if I read sad stories, obviously. I just shouldn't have read them at night when I could be like sleeping with a heavy heart, like from the emotions. And although it's kind of weird because it's like, even if it's not a sad story, I still have a heavy heart if it's like a finished story though. Because, you know, the story would be done. And it's like, oh, that was so good. Now what do I do? Yeah, that actually did happen once. Gosh, that one fanfiction. I think I did see a continuation of it when I did look back at the tag again. The, oh yeah, this was a different fanfiction website. It was an AO3, by the way. So it was default to not show M-rated stories. Anyways, I did find, like, the same person, I think, who wrote that fanfiction. And it was like, it turns out that the fanfiction I read at the time did have a happier outcome. But it's more bittersweet, so, yeah. I think. Because I remember I saw their second story, which was kind of a continuation. And it was like, I don't know. Like a little bit of a, like, I didn't quite know. It's a complicated situation. And also, it's been so long since I read any of this, so it kind of makes sense. I wouldn't remember. Okay, finally, level 100. 102, actually, but it's still level 100. Hey! Now, we can do our first job advancement. It's above our heads. Okay. My arm's out. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Emergency. All knights who received this telegram are to return to Arev at once. I will explain the rest in person. Emergency? What's happening? The Empress must be in danger. I need to get to Arev. I hope she's safe.
Mihile, you're here. Neinhardt, what's the emergency? For some reason, our knights are turning on one another. It's as if they're bewitched.
Is someone trying to split us up?
We might have a spy to deal with.
That doesn't seem to be the case so far. Shinsu is doing what she can to keep the rest of the knights pacified for now. What about the Empress? Is she safe? That I do not know. What? To my shame, I lost sight of her in the chaos.
And our priority is to find her. Neinhardt, whatever shame you feel, we need your orders, sir.
Yes, indeed. Go, all of you. Stop the wayward knights and protect the Empress.
Yes, sir!
Understood.
Back in a bit.
I don't want to harm my allies, but they're not giving me much of a choice.
Empress.
Okay, Oz. You can do this. Just pretend you're sparring with them. Everybody, when you feel this hurting, it means stop!
They look like hoblins after too many rage berries. They're mad. Too far gone to even see their own allies. Whatever madness drives you in this moment, the winds of clarity will soon sweep it away. Listen, and remember.
This is just embarrassing. I can't believe I'm on the same team as you jokers. Yeah, that's far enough.
Hey there! Hi, mates, I'm talking to you. All right. Guess I gotta teach you some manners.
Oh my gosh. I love the cutscenes. Gosh, oh my god, I wish it's officially been stated who Eckhart's voice actor is, because hearing those lines really made me think of a certain character from Genshin. I mean, other than, you know, certain reasons, but also a actual character personality in the way of speaking. Why do I... Oh, right, I don't have the job advancement. Get rid of that. Everyone's left to fight. Now it's my turn. I hope the Empress is safe. Suppress all the knights. These knights are already ahead of me. I hope they haven't already. Gods forbid. How did I get here? Good, you've come to your senses. You should get back to your post. What's going on? There were black wing remnants everywhere a moment ago. Unless it was all a... Oh no, what have I done? You were bewitched. Nothing here is your fault. Now, have you seen the Empress? The Empress? Let me think. Be careful. The others might attack you the way I did. Don't worry about me. The path behind me is clear. Go with the wounded. Yes, sir, Mihile. Thank you. This is a very unusual track to be playing when there's concern. The vanguard is down. Were they guarding the Empress? They're unconscious, but not bewitched. She's up ahead. I should hurry. Okay.
Empress!
Mihile!
Are you all right?
Thanks to you.
How did this happen?
Mihile, behind you!
What now? Empress, be ready to run.
Mihile?
Just go and let me handle them. I'm not going to let them hurt you.
And I won't see you hurt in my place. Though perhaps you wouldn't be.
How did I get here?
Good. You've come to your senses. You should get back to your posts.
Okay, no voice acting, I guess. Empress, are you alright? I am. Thank you, Nineheart. I wanted to give you space to work, so I took a walk, but... Well, at least the frenzy didn't affect your bodyguards. The Drake incident played out the same way. That can't be a coincidence. Which means it's fair to assume the same person is behind both. or persons. Not many would attack us so brazenly, but the Black Wings certainly would.
Well, now that we have the situation under control, I have important news for you all. Per the Empress's wishes, we shall now appoint our 5 Chief Knights. As it stands, the Cygnus Knights are organized into 5 units, but none of those units have leaders of yet. And no army, however fine their soldiers, ever won a battle without leadership. The Empress and I have evaluated each of you.
And we have each made our decisions. Are we in agreement, Nineheart?
We are indeed, Empress.
As Empress of Arev, and as a citizen of this beloved land, I thank you all for your heroic deeds. In honor of your contributions, we entrust you each with a new position. Oz, the brilliant Magician of Fire.
Oz, Magician of Fire, salutes you, Empress.
You will lead the Blaze Wizards, the Knights of Fire. Receive the power of Ignis, and may your flames grow ever stronger.
Yes, my Empress.
Irina, the unrestrained Bowman of Wind.
Hyrina, Bowman of Wind, salutes you, Empress.
You will lead the Wind Archers, the Knights of Wind. Receive the power of Ventus, and may your sweet song reach every ear.
Yes, thank you, Empress.
Eckert, the devout thief of darkness.
Eckert, Thief of Darkness, salutes you, Empress.
You will lead the Nightwalkers, Knights of Darkness. Receive the power of Umbra, and may your silent judgment bind the unwary.
As you wish, Empress.
Hawkeye, the thunderous pirate of lightning.
Hawkeye, Pirate of Lightning, salutes you, Empress.
You will lead the Thunderbreakers, Knights of Lightning. Receive the power of Fulgar, and may your thunderbolts split the waves with impunity.
Thank you, Empress.
Which leaves one more unit. The Dawn Warriors, who represent the light of our nation's soul.
All the knights are looking at me, and so is the Empress.
Mihile, before I say anything more, I would like to confirm one thing. You know your duties well as the Knight of Light. You have shown great responsibility for Arev's well-being, and my own. More than that, you exemplify the light itself. I ask that you use that light not only to protect, but to inspire. What say you, Mihile? Will you accept the mantle of the Dawn Warrior's Chief Knight?
Okay. No voice acting. Okay. The Dawn Warriors channel the power of their souls into pure light. You use the power of light yourself, of course, but their light is different. Where your light represents purity of heart, theirs is the light of the cosmos. Perhaps you and the Dawn Warriors can share your knowledge and training with one another, if you choose to lead them as their chief knight. I'm already the Empress's full-time bodyguard. Can I lead an order of knights on top of that? Chief Knight of the Dawn Warriors. I need time to think about that. Please give me time to think it over, Empress. As you wish, Mihile. I'll await your decision. I have a duty as the Knight of Light, but
If that is what you desire, Empress, then I accept willingly.
Thank you, Mihile.
Are you ready to walk a new path?
Mihile, Knight of Light, may the gleam of your spirit shine upon the world.
Congratulations to you all, Chief Knights. I look forward to your future feats and exploits. May each one prove a valuable experience to you. And may the grace of Shinsu be with you always. Oh wow. There's something above our heads. Give me a second. I want to see all the skills. Okay, I don't know what to do about this. I'll just put points in for now and figure it out later. What? Oops. Oh, I thought I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, let's get this one real quick. So much has happened since I came to Arev. If not for the Empress, I wouldn't be half the man I am now. I want to thank her for all her guidance and her faith in me. I've heard there's a gathering of spirits in Minar Forest called Rashes that hoard jewels called Paradots. A collection of those jewels would make a fine gift if I could track enough of them down. Right. Okay. I'll go to Minar Forest, defeat the Rashes, and gather up, 5 Paradots should be enough. What? What is this quest? Rashes and Dark Rashes. Is this an easy quest? Oh my gosh, game tutorial, stop. Okay. Let me go do that. Although I'm not sure if this is like... Oh wait, no, there you see drops. Okay. Gosh, there's so many notifications on my phone. Okay, I should probably also... I'll just take out the skill sound effects, so you're just gonna hear his voice instead. Oh, right, I forgot buffs. Okay, there you see drops. I kept thinking about like something that happened before like the huge updates happened for Cygnus Knights, and I was a little nervous that it was gonna be like ridiculous, and I'm like, oh no, please. I didn't have a new weapon, by the way. We're still on this week level 40 weapon. I am trying my best. Okay. That's it. Buttons. I thought something else happened. Okay. It does me good to see you, Mihile. What brings you here? I came to give you something, Empress. Not long ago, I was a farm boy. Now I'm a literal knight in shining armor, and I have you to thank for all of it. So here, from the heart. If you must thank me only for opening the door. You took every step through it, and far beyond. And yet, without you, that door would have been forever closed to me. May I please present you with this? These are paradots, aren't they? Thank you, Mihile. They're beautiful. Yet small compared to what you've given me. And so, with them, I wish to renew my pledge. I will strive always to support you, and to grow ever stronger for that soul's sacred purpose. And in return, I ask only that you stay as you are, my righteous...
What? Oh, that's a typo. Just go. Oh, that's a typo. I think it's supposed to say knight. Oh, that's the one unfortunate typo. I usually don't judge a game for typos if it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages of script, but that's the one I'm gonna judge. Anyways, what is the skill anyway? Empress's Prayer. Okay. A cooldown of 24 hours. And a lot of HP and MP. Also, hello in chat. And from what I checked, there is a quest at 125. And unlike the regular Cygnus Knights, Mihile actually has a new Temple of Time memory quest. And there's probably something different with the level 200 quest. But I'm gonna do that all on like my own time and upload the whole thing on YouTube. Okay, I'm just like checking something. I didn't see the potential thing. Okay. What else? I think... Yeah, that's pretty much everything for now. I think, like, ending things in this area is fine. Let's go to the previous map, though. At least I'm able to do the level 60 to 100 quest stuff, like, today. Because I wasn't able to do it live for my regular Cygnus Knight. But at least I was able to do it for this character. And, yeah, so that is the third and fourth job advancement, plus that additional little quest. Also, we got an achievement. Yes. I still have to do these on my other characters. What level is this quest? I think I'll check the wiki for that, because the wiki does list the levels that you have to be to do these quests. Anyway, so that'll be all for today's stream. So yeah, as I said, we did the level 60 and level 100 quests for Mihile. And again, I am once again saying, I really do like how the quests... I do like how Mihile's story is now than it was before. Like, before, I genuinely didn't, like, you know, really like it. I mean, it was okay when I first saw it, but when compared to the new one, post-Ignition, the new one is so much better. Of course, there's still some parts of it that could be improved upon. That, like, I'm not gonna deny it, like deny it, but yeah, it's true. There could be some parts that require improvement, But overall, I really like how it is this time than it was last time. And especially since, like, even though there could be more quests revolving around, like, you know, the Chief Knights, like a little more of, like, them interacting than just the job advancements. Because unlike the old one, the new one actually has, you know, them all meeting up for the first time. The other one didn't really have that. Like, you meet Irina, but that's it. Like, there's not much after that. And it made me sad. Like, every single time I think about the old one. And, what else? I think that's mostly it. So, next time, well, okay, it's gonna be a bit odd. Next time is gonna be the rest of the quest for both Cygnus Knight, a regular one, and Mihile. Like, completely pre-recorded. So, I'm pretty much going to be doing that on my own time. And it'll be uploaded maybe sometime within January. Hopefully before, things get busy again for me. Oh gosh, there's a plane. But yeah, I think it'll be quick to go through. I don't know. I mean, I got my character pretty much up there in the level already. But the fact that I have the level 2 characters to 200 is already a bit much. Thankfully, my regular Cygnus Knight is already done with one of the few things that are left. So I just had to get that character to level 200, and also Mihile the same way. Yeah. So that'll be uploaded at some point. Not sure when, but yeah. Anyways, is there anything else? I think I will mention 2 things. One, at some point I will be playing through Ilium's storyline, up to level 200. Basically, I think from level 1 to some level, I'm not quite sure, I will be playing as a completely different Ilium character. And then the level 200 stuff, if there's something extra, I will do that on the first one I created. And at some point in the future, I might do the Ellen Forest storyline. I don't know when that's gonna happen, because at the moment I'm kind of busy a little bit. I mean, I have time now, but like, I have a bit of a plan already with what I'm gonna do next, so I don't really have the time for I haven't fit it into the schedule yet, so hopefully it does happen at some point, alongside doing Ilium's storyline. And there's a very specific emotional reason why I'm doing Ilium's storyline, by the way, but I won't go into that like at the end of the recording here for many reasons. But there is a reason, and I did bring it up a long time ago. So if any of you are curious, that is why. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.